quiet person, so
Word. Yeah, we'll boost your mic up a little bit right here. But I think I've got this shit dialed down, or I'm hoping so. But all right. Well, welcome to the Hella Dank podcast, everybody. We're back. We're a day late, but never a dollar short. I hope you all had a good 4th of July.
Period queen.
We got Alec in the house today, and of course, as always, my partner in crime, Maddie. You're how you been, dude? It's been a few months since you've been on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Did you have a good 4th?
yeah, no, I had a great 4th. I ended up spending it with my daughter, and we went to the Lebanon fireworks show. That was pretty cool. And then halfway through that, I mean, we ended up dancing at the event because I had like live music. I mean,
Oh, really?
yeah, I love the fact that my daughter will just dance with me, in like a crowd. But after that, we ended up hanging out with some of my baby mama's friends, and they had a bunch of kids there, and they were lighting off way cooler fireworks. So that was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, dude, that's cool. What was it, like a band or anyone that you recognize, or is it just random?
I
Like,
think it was a cover band, but they were
Gotcha.
singing some classical songs. So, I mean, I genuinely love like music, people singing their voice. I think it's beautiful. So,
When you say classical, do you mean like classical or do you mean classic? Like
I think they sang like a Red Hot Chili Pepper song at one
Okay,
point.
okay.
You know, like it.
so
it
like
was
classic rock kind
Yeah,
of,
dude, it's 4th of July. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
It's not gonna be like old timey music.
fucking Mozart
okay,
or some
excuse
shit.
me for fucking asking.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, man. Shit, that's how old is your daughter now?
About 5.5.
Wow, dude, that's amazing how fast time flies.
How many months? I'm just kidding.
Specifically, that's cool, man. Hell yeah. I noticed that your YouTube channel, you're putting the content out there. Was it like Finger Toes 518 or some shit like that? Yeah, I see some of your shorts and they're pretty cool. I think the recent one you put out was you like
Paintball.
well, it was you did something. You accidentally shot your own teammate or some shit like that. I don't know. It was funny. You guys gotta check out his stuff. It was pretty good. But how has that been going?
It's going good. So I think last time I came on the podcast, I was like just starting.
Yeah.
Like maybe 10 subscribers at that point. Now I'm like I just surpassed 80.
Nice.
But
Good
I'm
for
also
you.
doing giveaways. So like, but it's mostly paintball stuff. But if you're not into paintball, then it'll be like gift cards for other things.
Okay.
But no, when I first started, I mean the videos were okay, and now I'm steadily seeing the progression.
Right.
So I mean I'm having fun doing it too. It was about like 4 hours to edit a video for like 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
Now I got it down in like 2. So
Nice.
it's not as time drenching, you know what I mean? Like not wanting to do it after a long day of paintball, but if I know it's gonna be 30 minutes, 2 hours, I'll just knock it out real quick.
Right.
But I'm trying to get good at being able to make a video and then have my next week's video already done.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something I was going to mention to you is if you're making shorts, the bi-weekly,
Right.
you should do the short that you post after the next video should be the short of the video
Before.
the one that's coming up for the week, so people have
okay.
like a sneak peek about what it is and they'll be a little bit more enticed to watch it.
Okay.
I feel like that's a good way to grab the audience.
Yeah.
Also, reach out to people that you may not know, but like in certain categories and bring them in here more. Cause I feel like the people in Corvallis or all people around, Philomath, they're going to see their peer and that's also going to bring people in,
Mhm.
or a talk like the public figures that you brought in, people like that. I think that's very smart,
Right.
like,
Okay. No, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's it's been a learning process because I feel like, because you're doing more short style, which is it's different than I feel like with podcasts for the most part. It's not as much editing really because it's, sometimes when we're having conversation, I just have to cut shit out, but like what you're doing is so fast paced and it's very it's kind of action packed. And so that could take more time to strip it down to just the best parts of it. And I do need to be better about because I was doing shorts for a while, but I was just doing the shorts for like the most recent episode. Like I would put out the podcast, and the following week I'd put out a short and be like, hey, if you haven't watched yet, here's a sneak peek of it. But I will say I haven't been the greatest at scheduling shit lately because there's just been so much going on, and that's on me. But yeah, I think that would be pretty solid advice to actually do like what you suggested there. Um, yeah, man, it's cool seeing what you do because I'm like, I never thought about how important editing is, and it's just like this last episode I put out, I had to cut a lot of shit out of it because it was pretty chaotic, and that one took me a bit to go through. And I always like review the podcast before I put it out because I don't want someone saying something stupid or making themselves look bad, which happens sometimes. So it's basically what I'm trying to say is it's similar but different. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
I totally feel it because mine is definitely more action packed, as you're right. Even if I'm posting like the adventure clips, I mean those
those are
I
cool, man. I like
yeah. So
that.
like I don't know. It's you're right. It's so much harder for a podcast to make those clips. Um,
Well, not necessarily. It's not that it's hard. It's just it's kind of on me just for not sticking to a schedule and just either being lazy or just forgetting about it. Because what I'll do is like when I've done the shorts before, is I'll just pick or go through the episode that we did and I'll just skip through the timeline and be like, oh, this is like an interesting thing we're talking about. And then I'll just strip that out and export that as its own thing. But then there's also like times where it's like, what is the better part that I should show for that episode?
mhm.
But anyway, sorry.
uh, huh, I I forgot where we were at.
You're talking about the difference in editing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Why do you do that? Okay, I'm sorry to go off topic, but noticed you do that. You put your shirt between the vape.
So when I hit it, I just don't like the juice getting in my mouth. It makes me
Oh,
want to spit every time.
yeah, I
So
could see that.
makes my shirt smell like fruit though. So
It's like a cologne, dude.
a little bit.
Yeah. No, but your adventure clips is what you're talking about.
Hmm.
Have you put any of those out recently? Like any new ones or?
I have not, but I think I was telling you this earlier, maybe. But I went to a jail, an abandoned jail in Fort Worth.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. It honestly bad vibes, and that's why I wanted to light some of this in the
Yeah, we
beginning,
burnt some
because
sage on the studio.
yeah. But we were just in there, me and a homie that we go paintballing with, and we were talking about it before, and he believes in like angels, but like spirits, not so much. And I'm believe in both. So
Mhm.
kind of really into the spiritual stuff, and I'm a firm believer in it. Same with aliens.
Right. Oh
So
yeah,
we
aliens are definitely real,
yeah, so we
dude.
go to this abandoned jail, and I'm just thinking like the whole time like all the people that have died, because like it's an old like I'd say they decommissioned it probably in like the 60s, so like
Oh
beforehand
wow.
time. So like bunch of fucked up shit happened in that jail.
Right.
And at one point we ended up climbing to the top and we were chilling on top like Batman. It was cool. And I believe my vape up there, so I gotta go find it at some point if it's still there. But on the way back down, we found like the office room, the
Mhm.
officer room where there's like sick bays, I want to say, and then there's like a control panel for the electric, and a room that I would just assume where all like the computers would be, and then the rec hall with all the restrooms and all that.
Mhm.
Uh, we were standing there, and there was like a metal door for like the elevator shaft. There's a hole in it, so I took my phone and I shined a light in there. Well, as I'm looking this way, uh, he's also looking at it, and there's like a loud bang, just like
He said like someone that was with you,
yes,
like okay.
something like not like there were other people there, but they were all the way on the other side, and we make it a point to go away from them.
Mhm.
Just it's urban exploring. Like if you don't know them,
Stay away.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean you don't know what they got on them, anything like that. So if they
Right.
just are standing there and they start shooting a gun,
You're
in
both in
the
a
air.
sketchy ass place.
Yeah, dude, like, you just avoid them unless you want to interact, but, like,
Mhm.
see who it is, but, yeah, just don't get a good vibe from people, just walk away. But anyways, back to the story, the metal shaft ended up we're looking in this hole, and all of a sudden, we hear a loud bang, and, I mean, I looked, and my buddy, who doesn't believe in spirits, right, he jumped and had, like, a chain in his hand and tried whipping it, because like, what was that,
Mhm.
Uh, but, yeah, it definitely scared the shit out of both of us, and we ended up jogging out of that jail and,
No
just leaving.
shit.
I was
It
texting
was
him
that
too.
scary. Wow.
Yeah, no, that was probably the definitely the most, like, clear indication of a spirit, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, I believe that places can hold like maybe if it's not even always like death, it's like trauma and like negative energy. Like I definitely feel like there's something to that. Like especially like I grew up in an old house in upstate New York and there was stories about it that I don't know if they were ever true. But it was like I think it was built in the late 1800s or whatever, and it's just there was something always off with that place to the point where this is a true story. My family can verify it that my mom hired like ghost hunters to come to our house at the ranch, not even bullshitting. And they like walked around the house, and who knows like what there is to that, but they were like a whole team you could hire.
Mhm.
And, like, for example, they did this one thing where they were outside of our house taking pictures of the outside, and they went outside of my brother's bedroom window, and they took a picture. The camera, like, for some reason, had, like, this orange aura, almost looked like fire, and then in the middle of it was, like, a faint face. Like, it was clearly you could see it in the photo, and, it was probably optics, whatever the fuck, the light coming through the window, who knows? But it was definitely like strange.
Mhm.
And they were talking about it. I've talked to other people like that lived in old houses, and I think there's something to that, man. Really. It's I don't know, yeah, if you call them spirits, angels, demons, whatever the fuck, but I think it's just like time is always there's past, present, future, but also like I've heard people explain that time exists all at once too, and that could be like a negative memory, if
Mhm.
that makes sense. I don't know, and maybe that could be like some either trying to communicate or it's something like repeating, like an eddy almost. I don't fucking know, but yeah, man, it's some trippy shit. I'm with you on that.
The whole time I was thinking, I was like, dude, if you put on like these glasses that see dead people, I'm sure you'd like see people just like set up, leg up on the wall, just sitting there smoking a cigarette, like
Right,
outside their jail cell. Like
right.
wild.
Yeah, like, cause you've, explored, like, didn't you say you explored, like, an old insane asylum or something like that? Or is that
So it was like a hospital, is
oh,
what I
that's
thought it was. But yeah, there's like two patrol cars going around it. So you have to
right.
like pick the right time to go in there and just not be seen. Don't put your flashlights on. But like when I was in there, all the rooms, it was all concrete and they were like less than half the size of this room.
Oh my god.
So, like, I just couldn't imagine it being a hospital, you know?
Right, it looked more like a prison, kind
Exactly.
of,
Like,
yeah,
toilet, bed, that's it. Like,
weird.
yeah. I mean, there's no doors to it. It was just like open, but still, it was definitely weird.
Yeah.
But with the cops there too, you just got to be careful. But that's part of the
Yeah,
fun.
so you can get, like, a trespassing charge, and I'm sure, like, it's probably just trespassing, but I always wonder because I see other people that do urban exploring, and there's this Russian guy I follow, and he's gotten busted a few times, and, they cuff him and take him away and all this shit, and so, yeah, I don't know what kind of charge that is, but, yeah, there was an old, mental asylum where I used to live in Ogdensburg, New York, and it was I think when Reagan or whoever the president was that like shut down the idea of insane asylums. I don't know. There was some president like they don't exist anymore because they were like kind of cruel and shit. I don't know if that's like the full. Why don't you look it up real quick? When did they ban insane asylums in the U.S.? Because I think that it was like a presidential order or some shit. But this place was there, and people would go and explore it, and it was weird because all the floors were ripped out,
Hmm.
and like all the crackheads would go and steal all the copper pipes and the wiring. Okay, they did not close on a single day, but rather through a decades-long process of deinstitutionalization that began in the 1950s and 60s. The movement emptied massive state hospitals and shifted care to community settings, but it was spurred by several key factors and milestones such as new medications, federal funding, and the Community Health Centers Act. Okay, that might be what I'm thinking.
That's crazy.
Um, yeah, because there's no mental asylums anymore.
Is there
It's
still a loony bin though? Like,
is there? I don't know. Well, I mean,
because
like,
isn't there
not
like
to go
5150?
on to this topic, but like you see the mental health on the street, like I'm not saying
Definitely.
it's all homeless, some people are down on their luck, but there's some people that literally just can't function in society
Hmm.
and they're just left for dead on the street. And I feel like, this is a whole other conversation that we won't have here, but I feel like this kind of shit it kind of shifted that, where now you see more of it. You know
Right.
what I mean? Uh, okay, asylums were replaced by community-based care, like outpatient clinics and group homes and psychiatric units and general hospitals. However, due to underfunded community networks, many individuals with severe mental illness now cycle through jails, prisons, and homelessness, and which many experts criticize as the modern de facto asylum. See, that's exactly it right there.
That's wild.
And but then the argument is like, okay, do we bring back asylums for these people, or is there a better way? And then there's all this shit about people getting all this money to help the homeless with the mental health, and they're all buying Ferraris and Bentleys while the homelessness is getting worse. But I won't go down that rabbit hole. Uh, there is no single last asylum to shut down, as the closure of traditional psychiatric institutions happened over several decades through the process of deinstitutionalization. Most large state and county asylums in the U.S. and Canada were shut down between the 70s and early 2010s. Okay. Um,
Damn.
the Damash State Hospital, located in Wilsonville, Oregon, was a prominent state asylum that closed its doors permanently in '95. Okay, so this is all local
New
shit.
adventure spot.
There you go, dude. But yeah, it's anyway, not to go down that rabbit hole. There was I never went, but a few of my buddies would go to that hospital in Audensburg, and it was patrolled by cops. But the building, I think they technically said they closed it because it had asbestos and lead paint, and it was just a cancer. Obviously it was an old fucking building. And yeah, they're always like, dude, come with us. And I was always scared of like getting arrested. I was like, I'm not gonna go do that shit, dude. But I kind of wish I did, because that shit seems fun, just going exploring like that. Have you ever seen anything sketchier than the hospital?
Um, I mean, not really. I mean,
Yeah,
you-
kind of hard to top that one.
Yeah, when you're with like I said, when you're at a grain silo and there's other people there, I have at it to where like people will throw shit off the roof, and then
Mhm.
that aggro's like homeless around in the area, and that can like bring cops to it. But typically when that happens, I mean, I'll take a break from it. I usually just let
They're
it,
making it too hot.
yeah, let it cool down a little bit, because yeah, it's wild. People will go up there and just like hang off the side of it like a flag. It's like
That's wild.
that's bringing attention. You try just not to be seen. If you go to the top, just wait till it's night, to where at least people aren't really looking up there and be able to
Right.
see you too well. Dark clothes.
Well, somebody did that at Chernobyl, where they went and explored it, and they dumped paint on the side of like one of the hospitals at Pripyat or whatever. You can probably find pictures of this, but it was for Pride Month. They poured the rainbow colors down the side of this hotel or whatever in Pripyat, and
I'm sure they're pissed off about that.
oh yeah, dude, they're pissed, because it's Chernobyl. Like, obviously you're not supposed to be there, for one, but they're also like, why would you do that to an old building? Just look up like Pride Month Pripyat graffiti or something like that. I don't know, but
I've actually always wanted to go there.
dude, Chernobyl would be so sick to go to. I'm not much into the urban exploring, but if I were to do it, I would definitely go there. It's none of those.
Actually, watch.
Maybe it could have been fake, but it was being shared by a bunch of people. They took buckets of paint and then dumped it down the side of the wall so it would run down, and they did it in the order of like a rainbow flag. I don't fucking know. Or maybe like, well, yeah, of course it's
I'm sure
fucking
they probably
AI.
don't want to put that on media though.
Yeah.
I mean, Russia's pretty, I feel like, on it. Ukraine as well, especially with the
Look
war that's
up, just go
going
to
on.
images right there. Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah, it was like one of these buildings.
That's where the that right there, the Call of Duty ghost town.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's where it is.
yeah.
Dude, I want to go there so bad.
It might have been fake, but even if it is, it wouldn't surprise me that people would do shit like that, But yeah, it was like one of these buildings, and they just dripped paint over it. I don't know.
Are you sure it was Pripyat?
Maybe just type Chernobyl. That might be too specific, because I think Chernobyl, the whole plant or whatever, is like a few districts. However they did it. Like, just type in like Pride Month graffiti Chernobyl. That's I don't know. I mean, we don't have to dwell on this or whatever, but
Did you make the announcement already?
yeah. Yeah, we're moving.
So when you go to Florida, I mean,
I fear
same
it may
thing,
have been
dude.
fake,
Reach out
bud.
to
It was
people.
probably fake. God damn it, those motherfuckers.
Reach out to people. I
Well,
mean,
either way, the same point applies. I'm sure. Like, uh, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I was gonna say when you go to Florida, reach out to people. Like, just go out and do some shit, and then like meet them. Be like, hey, want to come over, drink a beer, do a podcast? You know, you seem interesting, and then like you're gonna just meet so many people and network that way. You know,
Right.
next
Yeah.
thing you know,
No,
you're
and yeah, the podcast, like obviously while we're moving and getting settled in, will be on a hiatus. But yeah, it's gonna, I'm gonna get it fired up down there. The first guest will probably be like my brothers. I'm gonna try to get my dad on it,
Mhm.
if he's into it. But yeah, dude, it's I thought about that, and if I get the job I'm hoping to get, that I'd like to interview some of those people if we'd be allowed. I still can't say yet because this show, but um, yeah,
It's when
there's
you
a
get
lot of
it.
places like not really just like the podcast guests, but like the exploring shit.
Mhm.
I just read something the other day that there's that the space shuttle has like the big orange tank on the bottom of it when it lifts off, like the external fuel tank.
Mhm.
It's huge. And there's one of them in like that just was supposed to like go to a museum, and then they couldn't pay it. The museum shut down, and it got left in like some fucking field. And it's not known where it is, but people have found it and explored it. Like that would be fucking pretty sweet to go see.
That
Is
would.
like finding the old fuel tank. You might be able to find it on here, but I don't know. Um, but yeah, other exploring aside, I think I'm hoping that I can meet some cool people to interview like that. Like for instance, right now my job is we sell hemp all over the country, and there's one of our customers lives in Orlando. And you can write notes when you're paying for shit, like on the invoice, and they're like, "Oh, we have a YouTube channel where we review hemp products, and we'd like to test your stuff out, and we'll put it on our show." And then so I followed them. I think they're called the Smoke Stalkers. Shout out if you guys ever watch this. They're pretty cool, and it seems like our farm is regarded as the comparison for everyone else. Like we're that good, and I would like to meet them and like interview them and shit. I've thought about reaching out to those guys. But yeah, it's gonna be weird to it'll basically just be a bunch of strangers, which it's like I don't know about bringing them to my house, you know what I
Right.
mean? But
Yeah.
also it's like I don't know how else I'm gonna do it unless if I like rent an office or something. So we'll see what happens.
Back of a U-Haul.
Yeah, but putting all this shit in the back of a
Dude,
U-Haul,
that'd be
like
fucking
that'd be a
wild.
pain. And plus, it's 1,000 degrees with
Yeah.
90% humidity.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Florida, man. It's
Gonna be
I'll become the Florida man.
you're gonna be wrestling alligators and crocodiles,
Right.
bro.
Dude, the iguanas are fucking everywhere. Like I remember when I was a kid, I lived in Orlando until I was about 8 years old. And I never saw like a lot of iguanas. It was always had those little lizards that rip their tails off, and the tails would still wiggle and
Mhm.
shit. But I went there, like Shelby and I went there like 5 or 6 years ago, and the fucking iguanas are everywhere, dude. Like they're small ones, big ones, all over the place. And I have a video of, like my little brother chasing them and shit. And so Shelby was like, "I want to get like a pet iguana." So yeah, I'll probably be dealing with those fuckers because I guess they're like a pest or what. They're invasive technically. I
Yeah,
think.
dude, they get really big. I
Yeah.
had one growing up, well, my mom did, and the thing was probably taller or like longer than half this room. And that thing, yeah,
Really?
I think it was pissed off. I feel like because like I would always the living room's right here, bathroom's right here, so you have to go run across, to get to the bathroom.
Right.
And like I'd see it be out of its cage, and I'm like, "Fuck!" And I'd like run really quick, and it would just whip me with its tail, and I'm like trying to jump over it, and I'm like, freaking
It's
out.
like
'Cause I'm like
a
6 years old, 7, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it was wild.
Dude, the one thing I remember, like I think I've told this story on here before, but in Florida, that obviously there's cockroaches everywhere. It doesn't matter if you have a mansion, the cockroaches are just inevitable, unfortunately, for the most part. But I remember like our house, we like lived in technically the country, like in Oviedo, which is outside of Orlando, so it's a little bit more out there. Oh, excuse me. But we had these white tile floors in this house.
Mhm.
And fucking like when I was young, I would like sneak out in the middle. Well, not sneak out. Like we had our house, and then we had this big shop on the outside of the house that my dad converted to like have bedrooms and shit in it. It was actually pretty sweet. And so my brother and sister, we would sleep out there. and we'd stay up really late. He'd be like, "Go sneak in the house and go grab some snacks from the kitchen," and so I would go out and do that, and I remember like I'd sneak in all quiet and you would turn on the light, dude, and the floor would just have thousands of cockroaches and you would flip the light on and they would just scatter and just vanish like complete like that's what I'm not excited for is the bugs. And I don't remember if they were like the kinds that would like fly at you. I think they were just they would crawl. But yeah, like those I remember scorpions would get in our house sometimes and it was like scorpions, cockroaches, and some other shit. Like, it just how it was. You're living in a fucking swamp, a terrarium.
That's wild to think about.
Yeah, it's when we moved down there, we had this conversation. I was like, we got to make sure like we keep on our A game, to keep everything fucking clean, and just don't give them an excuse to come in your house, and you'll be pretty much good. You might find one here and there anyway, still, but yeah.
No, I know how cockroaches are, man.
Yeah, you live in
Now,
Texas. Do you guys deal with them down there?
yeah, I've been really good about it though. But do you call them water bugs or cockroaches in Florida?
We called them cockroaches, but I heard people call them water bugs too. Which
Yeah.
when I heard water bug, type this in real quick. Like just type in water bug and see what pops up because they had these fucking things.
What
That's
the
what I think
fuck?
of as a water bug, and then people would call cockroaches that. And I was like, I think it's technically a different fucking thing, but if you guys can that focuses out. But yeah, it's like it does look like a cockroach, but it does have these huge ass fucking pinchers on the front.
That's wild.
So gross, dude.
Yeah, I knew there were cockroaches in Texas. I mean, they don't
Yeah.
look like that. And I kept calling them water bugs, and I'm like, dude, that ain't it.
Yeah, no, it ain't no fucking
Like,
cockroach.
just because it lives in your sewage does not mean it's a water bug.
Yeah, no, God, they're so gross. And like that's one thing is about like thinking about moving down south that a lot of people don't think about is the bugs
Hmm.
are fucking no bullshit. And the cicadas in Florida get like this big. They're loud and they basically really look like just a roided out fly. They're just big. Yeah. No, it'll be interesting and it'll be some adjusting. I mean, shit, because I basically lived in the north my whole life between New York and here, and we don't really see shit like that. I think when we went down to California, Shelby and I drove down there to go to Mexico, and it was like once you get to like halfway south of California, then we stayed at like this one motel, and it had like the little tiny cockroaches, fucking nasty, dude. I remember
Hmm.
we woke up like in the middle of the night, and there was one like in the bed, horrible.
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I was pretty. Well, I mean, again, too, it's like there's only so much you can do. There's
They
also
start getting in your luggage.
yeah,
Dog.
dude. Oh my god. Yeah, no, definitely not fun. So, what else have you? You have the paintball videos. Like, as far as the urban exploring, like, what else have you put up? Or maybe not put up, but just what else have you done with that?
I guess the recent video that I did a like a paintball review, I guess.
I didn't watch it, but I saw you posted that. What was
Hmm.
that about?
I believe it's just me shooting inside of the abandoned building.
Oh, okay.
I believe I posted that one already. Um, if I haven't, then that's my next video. But yeah, that was probably like last time, dude. It was a pain in the ass though, because I had to bring up all that paintball gear with all the bags
Oh,
of paint, dude. Like, and it's just me with like 2, 3 bags, bro. And I'm just climbing up a fucking ladder, trying to squeeze through a tiny little square to get up to the top level, you know.
right.
But I did it, and it felt good.
Were you like reviewing the gun or the paint or what were you doing?
Kind of. I just wanted to shoot in the abandoned building. I ended up taping up the windows so none of the paintballs went out the windows.
Oh, okay.
I was being really cautious about it, but we ended up graffitiing that entire like building area. Like that
Mhm.
when we got there, there was no graffiti, and now it's just what we did in the past like 2, 3 weeks of just coming up there with like $40, $50 worth of paint and just going ham, bro. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm still not good at graffiti, but I think I'm understanding it a little bit more. but I new appreciation for the good artwork that's out there, you know?
Right.
Um,
Some of it's really good. Yeah,
mhm.
it's pretty awesome.
And that's why I'm also big on making sure that you do not tag over someone else's stuff, because like all of it took time. So just
Right.
find yourself a bare spot. If
Yeah.
there's none, find a different spot.
This guy that I used to work with at the lab down here, he was a graffiti artist, and he would like I won't say his name just in case, but he has an Instagram where fucking he would post, and it was always him taking selfies with the big like Walter White respirator and everything, and he had dreads, and he did amazing artwork. But yeah, I stopped working with him and don't talk to him anymore, and fucking. It gave me a new appreciation for it. I never really got graffiti, you know, never like understood it. But then, like when he like showed me what he was doing, I was like, okay, because there's people that are good like him, and there's people like drawing dicks or whatever the fuck, you know, like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
fucking around, and you know, it is what it is.
I actually tagged that on top of a building. I was like, stop drawing.
Dicks.
Then I did the dick emoji, and I was like, oh, that's,
That's odd.
it's
That's actually pretty
contradicting, you know what I mean? Because I'm drawing the fucking dick sign right
It was
there.
like the eggplant, right?
Yeah, it was funny.
That's awesome. Yeah, I see some really good, like, especially like on trains, like everyone has seen the graffiti on trains. And some of those ones are just like, God, how did you get away with spending that much time on that? Like, it's just crazy.
They park in some weird spots.
They do. Yeah, they do
You
indeed.
think there's people watching, but sometimes there's not. You just got to be careful, because if you're actually going to do stuff like that, just have the plan B exit route,
Yeah, because the
I
cops will fucking arrest your ass real fast if they
Yeah, no,
catch you doing it.
I mean, even if you hop over the train, go over the train tracks, I'm pretty sure that's a federal offense.
hmm
So I mean,
Yeah, anything railroad related is typically
yeah, if you take one of the railroad ties, bro, game
mhm,
over. Don't get caught
yeah.
with it. Don't try
Why don't you
scrapping
look
it,
that
you know?
up? What kind of charge can you get for graffitiing a train car or something like that? I think I think it is a federal offense.
Did you know the trains ship cars?
Mhm.
Dude,
Yeah, they can. They ship cars. They ship like tanks and military equipment and shit. Okay, criminal mischief, vandalism, and criminal trespassing. Let's see.
that's wild.
Okay, here we go. If the damage is extensive or covers critical safety numbers, you could face federal felonies for tampering with safety devices or interfering with interstate commerce, leading to thousands in fines and potential prison. Oh yeah, so you don't want to fuck with like their ID tags and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, just be smart.
Yeah, which I mean that makes sense.
Oh, reflective tape? Don't fuck with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd stay away from all that.
This is all alleged, by the way. No, fuck. What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought there, but yeah, dude. There was that kid. Well, there was somebody in Corvallis that his graffiti.
Rango.
Yeah, Well, there was Rango, Rowdy, and now the new one is Doser or whatever. And I think it's probably the same dude. But yeah, they caught the Rango guy, and they got a search warrant on his house.
The guy that tagged that bridge?
Yeah, he tags
Dog, I
Rango
saw that
everywhere.
today.
Yeah, they fucking found him, and they opened like his room or something, and he had like dozens of paint cans, and they were able to identify the paint, match the graffiti, and dude, they fucking arrested his ass. And it's just like, but he was climbing on the bridge, like doing a bunch of crazy shit, putting Rango. Like you go in like the Peacock or like most of the bars in Corvallis, there he would like carve it into like the stalls and shit. Yeah, he was out there, and yeah, they fucking picked him up.
That's wild.
Yeah, I just like how do you find like what is the process of finding that? I mean, I guess camera footage, and you know, he was doing it for years and got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking so well, what else is do you have any other plans for the channel or
I mean, really, I'm just posting more festival videos. I'm thinking to get into like the family videos, but at the end of the day, I'm not really for putting my kid on, the
right?
internet. I'm
Yeah.
still really iffy about like posting pictures like permanently on there, like the stories. I feel like that's okay because she's at a good age, but still, it's very picky about it all.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you, man, because there's definitely weirdos, and you know, you kind of see these like I don't know what you call it, but like, there's these influencers that like their whole channel's based. I'm not saying that you would do this, but other people like make the whole channel about like their kid, and they're like using their kid to get views and shit. And it can get really fucking weird really fast. And
Yeah.
I don't know, like I can understand being skeptical about that.
I used to watch Daddy05 growing up, and I loved their channel, but they had some kind of backlash on the internet, and so they got like taken off YouTube. And then they
Oh,
just like they were able to make more videos about it, but they were like very like quiet,
yeah,
like very. You could tell it affected them a lot,
yeah.
because like there's no intention, bad ill intention into it, but at the end of the day, it's all recorded. You know what I mean? So it's there for people to judge and.
Right, and YouTube is very strict about, like, kids and videos, like, whenever I post on here, you gotta do the age verification, but also it's like, do kids appear in this video, or is there kid-related content in this video? And I always have to, like, write no, and then they use their AI to check it, scan I mean, obviously, we never have kids on here, but, yeah, they don't fuck around with that, and it's probably because of shit like that,
Hmm.
it can get real scary.
Yeah, I keep all my videos at 18 and up. I'm like, I just.
That's what it's so much easier to do that because like I went through, I was like, oh, I want to like get more views, and if I can, uh, you know, the channel will reach out more if I can do that. But then I was like reading their guidelines. I was like, all this, like, I was
Mhm.
like, you know what? I don't care. I'm not trying to do this to be famous or anything. I was like, I'm just doing this for my friends and just for us to fuck around. And so I just always do the 18 and up. I don't fuck with that other shit. But you also have to be careful too with like other things like copyright, like music and shit. They're very strict on that. Yeah, I get why they do what they do, but sometimes it can be a little impeding on your channel success, I guess. Also, the rate at which you post, all of that shit.
Quick side note though about music. I went to that music place down in downtown Corvallis that have all like the vinyls and all that.
Oh,
Next to the barber
Atomic
shop. I
Records.
think
I
so.
think it's something like that. Yeah,
I want to go there again
that
tomorrow at
place is
some
sweet.
point, and you got to get me some like music suggestions because I just got like 5 vinyls for my girl. So, and she loves vinyls, but I know it's like Van Halen. Um, they had Cage the Elephant on there,
Mm,
but I feel like the hip music, like the key ones, like don't get those on a vinyl because personally, like they're fucking expensive,
right.
and
They're like
also people will most likely be listening to that on their phone on more
right.
occasions than at home on a vinyl.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Right.
more classical on a
Yeah.
vinyl.
No, I feel like vinyls are cool. So I want to get some where it's not even like I'm listening to it, but it's kind of like an art piece almost, where
Hmm.
it's just like some of the album covers are sick. Like I love Suicide Boys. Like they have the I Want to Die in New Orleans album is a fucking great album, but the album cover on that looks pretty sweet. And that's kind of what I like them for. But yeah, they can get like anywhere between $35 for the vinyl or even upwards of $55. They're expensive as fuck.
Yep.
But if I were to make a suggestion right now, Pantera Vulgar Display of Power, that's a sick album.
But
Even I don't know if it's exactly kid friendly, but that is that one would be cool to have on vinyl.
yeah, no, I'll definitely get that one.
Yeah, it's like some dude I actually know I listened to their thing where it was the bass player was the picture is a dude getting punched in the face, like it's the shot where his face is getting punched by the fist, and the bass player, they're all drinking at some like nightclub, and this dude was like, "Punch me in the face," like something like that, and they took. He's like, "All right," and he had a camera on him because what's funny is not the bass player, but Dimebag Daryl when he was still alive, he was like one of the OG vloggers. He had like like the big ass camcorders that he would carry with him everywhere and record shit. And he had it at this club and it was like, hold on, let me record it. And it got the shot of the bass player punching this dude in the mouth. And yeah, that's the story behind it. So it's just funny when you know that the story of like the picture on the vinyl, it just makes it that much cooler.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I love that shit. We got a couple Jimi Hendrix vinyls, and the one we have is actually got a spelling mistake on it. So, and I never looked into it if it was like rare or whatever, but I did read some that's saying that a lot of them had spelling errors, and if you have one, that they're like rare or some shit like that. I don't fucking know.
Hold on to that.
Yeah, no, we still. I think it's like the greatest hits album, like the Voodoo Child album.
Hey, when's the last time you went to the beach?
This weekend.
Really?
Yeah, Shelby's dad and her uncle. Well, we went to Waldport to watch the fireworks for the 4th,
Uh-huh.
and then Shelby's uncle owns a beach house right there, like by Seal Rock, and so we stayed there, and then the next day, Saturday, on the actual 4th, we went out on her uncle's boat. He's got a big ass boat, and we went crabbing, salmon fishing, and shit.
Did you eat
What
crab?
we caught not a lot, but we caught like a dozen crab, and then it was my first time fishing with like those big salmon flashers. They're like fucking dinner plate size flashers with like these weights and these divers, and I've seen those lures before, and I never knew what they were for. And then I found out they were for salmon. And then he was setting them up. Like, oh, I've never fished with these. Like, this will be fucking cool to try out. And so you set them off, you bring it out like 20 yard, whatever the fuck it is, and then you just troll with it. And we went out like maybe a mile, or I think it was like 2 miles out of the bay, because that's where all the other fishermen were on the CB. Like, we're fucking killing them out here, blah blah. Like, you hear them talking over the radio,
Yeah.
and then we would go where they're going, and we didn't catch a lot, and it's because they were fucking moving them all away. At least it's what he said. But it was like we would not catch shit, and then all of a sudden, like one rod would get hit, another one would get hit, and like I caught a salmon, and then I brought it to, like, as soon as it broke the surface of the water, it just lost tension. He spit the hook out,
Yeah.
and it looked like it was too small anyway. And then the same thing happened to Shelby's dad. Well, when we first got out there, and as soon as he put his line in the water, he caught a fish. After that, he didn't catch fucking anything, dude. And then her uncle brought in a salmon, but then it was a native kind where we couldn't keep it. It was big, but I guess it was one that wasn't from the hatchery. Like, it was native born, so we had to throw it back.
Yeah.
And then, like, 2 hours later, we didn't catch fucking anything. And finally, her uncle got a hit on his pole, and then he actually let me reel it in, which is pretty sweet. And it was a keeper. It was a fair. It was not that big, no, it was like this big. It was pretty fair size, and it was fun. It was definitely not the greatest fishing round, but we did catch some, and on our way out there we threw some crab rings out, and there was just like a lot of juveniles and females, but there was a few Dungeness that we could actually keep.
That's awesome.
So it was fun, but I did not go physically on the beach to answer your question. But yeah, I mean, we were out there.
Was it sunny?
In the morning it was overcast, but it wasn't raining, but the ocean was calm. And then it was weird, like, when we were getting ready to leave around like 2 o'clock, the sun came out, the overcast was gone, but then the water got really rough. Like, the wind picked up and the waves started getting choppy, and dude, we were getting like epic fucking swells, and we were trying to reel these crab pots in. We're falling all over each other and shit. And even Shelby's dad and her uncle, who they've been out there on the water a lot, even they were like, this is insane.
Yeah.
And so we got in just in time. But no, it wasn't bad weather. It was pretty decent.
Yeah, when I went, it was sunny at first, but it was super windy. And I mean, you already know, if you're sitting down trying to make a sandcastle, dude, you're getting sand in your mouth and your
Everywhere.
butt
Oh,
crack.
yeah, all
you know
in
what I
your
mean? Like,
ass.
it's terrible. But like, it honestly, I forgot about, like, it's not the beach, it's the coast.
Right,
Like,
yeah. No,
whether
I like going to the coast, and yeah, but honestly, like, whenever I go, the beach is never my first option. There's so much other shit to do,
yeah,
especially in Newport. You have the bayfront, you have all the restaurants and all that other shit.
eating clam chowder down there, bro.
Yeah, the
that is,
Chowder Bowl is the shit. Shout out to
Yep.
Chowder Bowl.
yep, that's actually where I went.
Yeah, Moe's ain't got nothing on Chowder Bowl.
No.
Moe's is good, but Chowder Bowl, that's where it's at. If you guys ever come out here, go to Newport, Chowder Bowl, that's the fucking shit. You get their butter bread with the chowder. Can't beat it. Yeah, I like the coast, but what I don't like is, obviously they upcharge everything over there. It's weird. They upcharge everything else, but gas is always cheaper over there than it is here in the valley. I never got that.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. And I don't know if it's because it's easier to access because of Highway 101. I don't know. But it's a good time.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. All the prices down there, like, I had no complaints about it because Texas be charging like twice as much for their shit,
Oh my
which is
god.
wild to me because their minimum wage is cheaper. So like the cost of living should be cheaper. But like the meals, like the sourdough clam chowder would easily be like 25-30 bucks in Texas.
How much is like a
Well,
gallon of milk?
yeah,
A gallon of milk, I think, is
they
like
have to
$3 or
import that.
$4.
What's that?
Texas, well, it's not landlocked, but you're not right there.
I
It's gonna be
mean,
more
you can go to
expensive.
Galveston.
Well, you have the Gulf of America
Yeah,
right
like
there, but yeah, I don't know if
Are clams a cold water thing, or
why don't
can you
you
clam on
why don't
the?
you look that up?
that I'm not sure.
Do like I don't even know how you'd search that, like Texas clam chowder, or I don't
Can
fucking.
you
I just feel like
harvest?
anywhere like the aquarium, like really, it's hard to do anything in Texas without it costing money. But I just feel like it's so much more inflated there than it is here. So like, bro, taking my kid out and doing a bunch of shit like didn't really cost too much, and we
Okay,
were able to do a lot,
Yeah.
compared to what we could have done in Texas for that amount of money.
right,
I feel like
yeah.
you get charged the upcharge because they need to run the AC because it's so fucking hot.
Yeah, we're killing Europe is what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can let's see. You can get clams and mussels in Texas for recreational use. I wonder if it's a type because the Gulf is warmer water, so I'm
The better
wondering.
question is probably whether they do like commercial clamming and stuff around there,
Yeah.
and if it's like a specific type of clam that they usually put in, clam chowder and stuff, and if you can actually get it in Texas, because
It's like
if you have to
vanilla
bring it into the
clams.
state, it's
Mhm.
going to be more expensive if you don't have your own supply.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Europe.
You're
Yeah, I gotta have more seafood and
well, and also the bigger
Cajun.
thing is like Cajun
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
It's like fucking I don't know, seafood boils and shit like that.
I love it.
Yeah, no, I bet you that shit's good. I'm kind of excited to live, like, even in Florida, it's just Southern food, obviously, is big all over the South. And I'm excited to see that, like, go to like a crab shack or like some local little, like, crab shack or Cajun restaurant or whatever. I know Cajun is technically Louisiana, but, the food recipe applies the same. Yeah, I'm really excited to see, like, check out the food. I'm a huge foodie, dude, especially like in other places I'm not used to.
You fat bitch.
I'm a fat fuck, dude. I don't give a
You
shit.
may have to ship me some gator. Little gator bites.
I'll try some gator. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's this dude. He's a a Cajun cooker. He lives in Louisiana, and he like does the big like vats where he'll like feed 100-something people, and he's boiling like 50 pounds of shrimp, like crazy shit. But he posted a video the other day where he was brining a whole alligator. You gotta take the skin off, and you can sell or keep the skin. But you take the skin off, and in the video, it's just like a stripped alligator, a skinned alligator with the head still on, and he just marinates the whole thing in like soy sauce and some other shit, and they cook it. Apparently, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I imagine it. I feel like it'd be tough because they're so lean. Like they're just pure muscle.
So good.
They're just jacked dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know if like the gator that I've had was like real, but like what I've had, it tasted good in my
Yeah.
opinion.
yeah,
I
no,
feel like if I ate gator, I would just feel like I'm eating a giant frog.
that's
I
kind
just,
of
like,
almost what you're
I
doing.
can't get over that. I don't. I don't
Dude,
think.
frog is actually really tender.
Like frog legs.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Dude, you should definitely try it. We can go catch frogs tonight. We'll fucking whip
Yeah,
'em
Maddie,
up in
go
the
frogging.
kitchen,
You have so many funny frogging stories.
whip it up like stir fry.
No,
I
no,
will stay far away from amphibians as food.
right. No, that's awesome. Fucking what else? Like, what part of Texas you're in?
Fort Worth.
Fort Worth. That's like center state, right? Kind of, or is that closer
Top.
like by
center.
Amarillo and shit?
No.
Well, just look that up real quick. I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter where it is, but what else is like besides the food? Like, you have barbecue. I'm sure that's got to be dank. Like, what else
mean,
is?
I go follow
Okay.
people on Facebook, and I mean we go bike ride, like a group of like 50. We'll just do like street takeovers on a bike.
No shit.
Take my daughter out there, dude. Fucking just mob for like 12 miles with everyone.
That's cool.
And we just take over a road, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of fun. And same thing for like dirt bikes. If you're into that, they'll do those takeovers.
oh shit.
Car meets, that's huge. Like the street racing that died down about like 20 years ago because of, now shit's getting pretty fucking hectic.
Well, people are
So,
always posting shit online
yep.
and all that
Yeah,
too.
if you look up street racing in Fort Worth, you're going to notice that there are a lot more older videos than newer, like the ones that are like 10, 20 years
Well, I
ago.
know the big thing is like slabs, right? They have like the fucking old Cadillacs or Chevys or whatever that are like the slab cars.
They're like
th-
lowered.
They're like
I
lower. They
see a
have
lot of Chevys.
hydraulics and shit like that.
Yeah, I see the Chevy trucks lowered, and I fucking hate them. I
Yeah.
don't understand why you do that, because, I mean,
I know. Why
you're
would
in
you buy a
Texas.
truck and lower it? I
Yeah,
don't get
you're
it
dude,
either.
you go fucking off-roading it. Now you can't. Just go
Right.
buy a car, like, it'd be better gas mileage at that point. You're
Yeah.
not gonna haul anything if your fucking car is getting, an inch to the ground.
Right. Like I get it if you have like a Chevy Impala or a Cadillac fucking DeVille or something. Like that would look pretty sweet. But yeah, you get like a Power Stroke or a Dodge Cummins. Like, what are you doing? You
Yeah.
know? Yeah, I don't get it. But they do what they do. Like I know in Florida, people do that fucking stupid ass Carolina squat shit where they have the back of the truck and it's like sitting like this.
Yeah.
I don't know what the appeasement is in that. It's so stupid and literally ineffective. I just don't get it.
Doesn't Mexico do the opposite?
What, they lead them like this?
Yeah.
No, I think in Mexico it's just hydraulics and slabs are also big there. But I think they like, I mean, I don't know for sure, but from what I understand, it's like big rims, lowered car, hydraulics kind of ordeal.
Yeah.
But yeah, to each their own. Definitely ain't my fucking thing.
Yeah, dude, if you got money to spend like that, you're absolutely right to each their own, because, I mean, people spend their money on a lot more
They spend
stupider
so
shit.
much money on those damn things. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I'm more of a buy a house than buy a cool car,
Right. Well, get the house, get the family, settle in, and then buy the cool car, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if the cool car never comes, oh fucking well, you know what I mean? Because
Right.
you're probably fucking spending your money on memories and making more. So
Right. Agreed.
I'd much rather have a little shit beater than having a rich car and being. I just feel like having to take care of it. You park it in a parking lot, you're gonna be worried about it inside the store of it getting dinged up. That's why people park their cars super far away.
Mm-hmm.
Just get a fucking piece of shit car where you park it anywhere you want. And, I mean, no
Right.
worries. Oh well, it gets crashed into. It's not like you fucking drop $80,000 on it.
Right.
Fucking Trackhawks are like
Oh
120,000.
my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah.
honestly had a little bit of an ambition to get one of those when I got my plumbing license, because it's very awesome. But after thinking more into it, I was like, "There's no way," because I can buy a house with that money.
Yeah,
right
that's
there,
a lot of fucking money. I see these guys that pull out loans for $90,000 fucking trucks, and I'm just like, dude, like, what are you doing? You're paying $800 a month with a 20% APR. That is crazy. Like, financing, like, I'll admit I'm financing my Toyota, but I also only got that thing for like 15,000, and my payments are low. And it's just like, I'm cool with that. I knew what I was signing up for, but I was like, if it's anything over 20 grand, fuck that. I'm not paying that for anything. And it can get crazy where you see these guys are like, let me get a loan for an $80,000 truck. Let me get a loan for a $20,000 boat. And you're stacking all this shit. And what if you're someone who like rob your shit? These it happens all the time where people, like if you have like a track hawk, they'll fucking put it on blocks and take your engine and take your tires. Like it's a very real possibility. And even if you have insurance, it's not fun to deal with. And so I don't know. It's never my whole thing to me growing up was like I want to like pay for my vehicle and it's mine and it's done. But at the same time, there's a balance you kind of have to me, especially in the situation I was in where I had no savings and I had nothing else. And I was like, all right, I know I want a low APR, yada, yada, yada. What can I do? And I was able to get the car I've always wanted at a fair price. And it's got Rhino liner on it, so no one can scratch it.
Not bad.
But yeah, you got to be smart about that shit. Some people aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be picky. It's a
Yeah.
lot of money.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, indeed. Anything else, dude? You want to add anything before we head out of here? We're about an hour.
I mean, shit. Live life to the fullest. Everything happens for a reason. Believe in what you want to believe in.
Right.
Yep.
I appreciate you coming on the show, dude. I know you got shit going on and you had limited time, but yeah, it's always great to see you. You know, I appreciate you. And even when we move, you know, if you come down that way to Florida, fucking hit me up. You know, I'll be there for you.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be doing a Florida trip because I've honestly never been there. I went up to like Pennsylvania and Maine, but never Florida.
Florida's fun, man. You know, people talk a lot of shit about it, but you know, it's just like anywhere else. You have your crazies, then you have your normies, and it's hot, it's humid, but you know, so is a lot of other fucking places.
You'll be able to play the GTA 6 in your hometown now.
Yeah, I can play GTA 6 in real life, dude.
That's fucking awesome.
Well, again, I appreciate you, and Maddie, I always appreciate you. And oh wait, actually, before we go, sorry, I probably should have prepared this. Give me 1 second. We're gonna do some shout outs here to all you bad motherfuckers that follow the show. You know, like I said, we're gonna try to crank these out, work hard before we move, and you know, we're here, and even when we move, it'll always be around. So, let's see.
But I won't.
Yeah, Maddie won't be around. She'll be around in spirit. All right. Muzak395. Shout out. Leland Curtis. You know, you're the man. Shout out. Booty Bastion.
I heard Leland Curtis is like a little bit gay. Have you guys heard that?
River is so cool. Shout out. You're the best. Atticus Johnson. JNAA Jenna. Shout out. Cosmic Cranberry Jam. SVT Og, as always. You know, he's been on every episode, I feel like. Lisa Curtis, 404.
Oh, I take it back.
No, you're good.
I can only say that because Leland's my little brother.
Zoe Cedars, Aaron Lee Corbine, and Mando Velasco. You're the bad motherfucker. Shout out to you guys. Thank you. And that's it. That's that. We'll come back. And, you know, Maddie, you have anything you want to add?
Nope.
All right. All right, guys. Again, thank you, Alec, and thank you guys for watching. It's that Hella Dank podcast, and we are signing off. I hope you had a great 4th. I hope you have all your fingers. Stay cool, and don't do nothing stupid. Peace.